Hello friends, welcome to CA Astrology. My name is Rajesh Babbar. Today I am going to tell you something important about bhrigu nandi, fifth house from Jupiter. How you can see doshas in a particular chart. This I will discuss in a short video of 10 to 12 minutes. So before I begin my video, I pray to Lord Ganesha and Lord Shanidev help us learn this divine knowledge. And I wish a very happy and prosperous Diwali to all my subscribers and to all of the viewers who are watching my video. May this Diwali bring a lot of happiness in your life. So let's start. In bhrigu nandi, we take Jupiter as Lagna. Wherever Jupiter is placed in your birth chart, irrespective of sign, I am not using sign here because this is very important topic, so I am not taking signs into consideration. Just you have to see wherever Jupiter is placed in your birth chart, just rotate your chart, place Jupiter in the Lagna, put that sign and place the planets accordingly. So fifth house from Jupiter, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Fifth house from Jupiter is a very important house in a natal chart. Whenever you consult or whenever you see a natal chart, always focus on fifth house from Jupiter, fifth lord from Jupiter, and the planets who are connected with the fifth lord. How I'm going to tell you in this video. Fifth house plays two major roles in your life, though it has a lot of other karkatvas, but two important things. First is purva Punya. Whatever sins you have committed in your previous birth are reflected through fifth house in this present birth of your natal chart. So if you have done good previous birth, definitely lot of positive things in your life, lot of wealth, happiness, property, land, everything. But if you have done some bad karmas in your previous life, fifth house of your natal chart will be afflicted. So we have to do remedies for that. So how? I'll explain you. I will not tell you the remedial part, because that I will discuss in the later sections of the video. So if Rahu is placed in the fifth house, let's say if Rahu is placed in the fifth house from Jupiter, first I will only talk about the problems and the doshas, but in the coming videos I will discuss about the child factor also, because this is the child birth house of the native. So if Rahu is placed there in the fifth house, or Rahu is conjunct with the fifth lord from Jupiter, this is called Sarpa dosha. Rahu and Ketu both, you can take Ketu also here, Rahu and Ketu both, if they are placed in the fifth house or they are connected with the fifth lord, they are conjunct with the fifth lord, then they give Sarpa dosha in your birth chart. This indicates previous birth sins or bad karmas you have done in your life. That is why in this present birth in your natal chart, Rahu or Ketu are placed in your fifth house, or they are conjunct with the fifth lord from Jupiter. So this is very important, and you have to do regular remedies for this dosha. Unless and until this dosha is cleared in your chart, you will face a lot of problems in your life. This will also affect the childbirth of the native, or there will be problem to your child. In both ways it can give effect. That I will explain in the next part of the video. Now the second planet, which is very important, that is Saturn. If Saturn is placed in the fifth house from Jupiter, though it gives other results also, but we are discussing here the purva Punya house, what you have done in your previous birth. It comes or it enters from fifth house from Jupiter. So Saturn placed here shows something bad has been done in the previous birth, some pending karma is there in your previous birth which has been carried forwarded. So doing regular remedies, and if you have this combination in your birth chart, if Saturn is placed in the fifth house or it is conjunct with the fifth lord from Jupiter. Let me give you an example. We'll take one simple example. Let's say Aries is here and it will number 5 sign will come here. If Saturn is placed here, this is one combination. If this Saturn is conjunct with Sun, this is the second combination, because 5 number sign is placed here and fifth lord from Jupiter is Sun. If Sun is placed with Saturn in this birth chart, then this is a problem yoga, or it is a very severe dosha in your chart, for which you have to consult a good astrologer and do remedies accordingly. Third part, if Saturn is placed here in the 11th house from Jupiter, it directly aspects the 5th house. You have to only take the 7th house aspect, no other aspect of Saturn, not 3rd or not 10th, only the 7th aspect. So there are 3 rules. I'll explain where so there are 3 rules. I'll explain them again. First, 5th house from Jupiter, if Saturn is placed, this indicates something pending karma is there from previous birth that has come in this birth also. So you have to do remedies for that. Second, if 5th lord from Jupiter here, number 5 sign is there, 5th lord is Sun, if it is conjunct with Saturn, that means this is a previous birth dosha that has come in your life. It's going to affect your father and it will affect your life as well. Third, if Saturn is placed here and it visualizes the 7th house or aspects the 7th house, only 7th aspect is used here. This is also a kind of dosha in your chart which you need to rectify. You need to do remedies for it. This is very, very important in any birth chart. If you see this combination, consult a good astrologer. Now I will move ahead and we will take one more planet. Rules are same. I will not use the signs here. If Mars is placed in the 5th house from Jupiter, this also indicates a kind of Pitra dosha. Something is pending in your Pitrus for which rituals were not done accordingly. So persons who have Mars in the 5th house from Jupiter, they need to do some remedies after discussing a good astrologer. Secondly, let's say if here is number 5 sign, same technique I will use here, or let's say I will not use this. Let's say it's number 2 here, 3, 4, 5, 6. Mars is in 6 number sign, Lord is Mercury. So if this Mars is with Mercury, that means it is a very severe dosha in your chart which you need to rectify. Third, as I explained, if Mars is placed here and it visualizes the 5th house from Jupiter, then also it is a kind of difficult yoga, the difficult dosha in your chart which you need to rectify by doing regular remedies. So these are like 3 planets which are very important: Rahu, Ketu, Saturn and Mars. Other than these, there are 3 more planets: Sun, Moon, Mercury and Venus. That also I will take into consideration, but when we will discuss about child of the native, then I will take this into consideration. But for now, if you want to check doshas in the birth chart, there are number of ways to check doshas in the birth chart according to Rahu Ketu axis, according to Rahu Ketu planets conjunction, according to Jupiter Rahu conjunction. Lot of ways to check the doshas, but this is a very important point. 5th house, as I have explained you, is the past karma, what you have done in the past, it enters from this house only. Good things, bad things, it depends upon the planets who are placed here. It depends upon the conjunction of planets with the fifth lord and the aspect of that planet on the fifth house. Now, second part, child issues. Fifth house from Jupiter is child also, your first child. Then ninth house from Jupiter is second child, and it goes on like this. So, not going deeper into this subject, fifth house from Jupiter is your child. So, couples who are childless or who do not have any child, or even after artificial IVF or surrogacy, there are a lot of things in the market. Even after that, they don't get child. That means they have done very bad karmas in their previous birth. That is why in this birth, their fifth house will be severely spoiled. So accordingly, they have to deal. So accordingly, they have to do regular remedies for years and years to eradicate this dosha, so that this dosha is not forwarded in your next birth and you have the same problem. Let's say if someone has Mars in the fifth house, or Mars connected with fifth house, aspects the fifth house, conjunct with the fifth lord, all three combinations you have to use here. Mars is skills, or Mars is government organization, Mars is sports. Only three combinations I will use there. So persons who have Jupiter in the fifth house the natives who have Mars in the fifth house from Jupiter, their child will be a very skillful person, or he will be connected to some government organizations, or he will have some work connected to government, because Mars is, as I told you, skills. Mars is also land and property. So after the birth of child, native can buy a house. So these are like simple bhrigu nandi nadi techniques. When you analyze the chart, you can easily predict about the natives events. So I'll take another planet also. All that is very important. If moon is placed there, so fifth house from Jupiter, if moon is placed here, and fifth lord is also weak, debilitated, or with enemies, or with Rahu and Ketu, and the reproduction sign number 7 is also very weak, then these natives, they cannot have natural childbirth. They have to go for adoption, IVF, or surrogacy, all types of artificial childbirth, because moon is a foreign planet. So when it sits in the fifth house and the fifth lord is also weak, number 7 sign of reproduction is also destroyed. So definitely it gives problems in childbirth. The wife cannot conceive, or the pregnancy does not stay. It will give lot of abortions, or it will give lot of problems. So this is when moon is placed in the fifth house from Jupiter. So I'll end my video here. In the coming video, I will discuss about all other planets related to fifth house and childbirth. Thank you very much. Have a nice day.